Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Naya's Ethereal Epiphanies. This is where I talk about all things psychology, my life, etc. So today is a continuing video, a continuation, right, of the last video that I did. So the last video I did was giving a weekly update about the hackathon that I'm doing, as well as doing my weekly review, since I promised that I'll start doing those on Fridays. And I figured, since I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that it's going to start getting darker later after 5 o'clock, I figured that I'll try to take advantage of whatever sunlight is left today. So I'll try to be quick with this one. So at the end of the last video, I said that I had something I realized. So I had another video where I talked about imposter syndrome and how I realized I'm going through that. And then as this week has gone by and as some events happen today, I realized I also have very limiting beliefs on certain things. Like I didn't realize, see, this is what happens when you're in survival mode. I didn't realize how many things I was limiting myself on and putting on self-imposed limitations. And there's just so many ways more that I realize I have imposter syndrome. So let me just give you some background of what made me realize something this week. So I'm doing this hackathon, which I've been talking about, where the goal is just to get out as much products and projects as possible so I can make some money to get myself out of homelessness, right? And so, and by the way, this is not a very technical video. So if you are hearing this next bit and you're like, what is that? Whatever. Just stay and listen, because I'm going to give non-technical examples, okay? So just stick along. So this week I realized something that because I'm not a developer by trade. So by trade, I work in IT and information security, but I've always done things outside of that in the coding space, like really anything that kind of falls under like creative. I've done music, art, creative coding, interactive art, digital interactive art. I've done so many different things. And so I don't like to call myself one thing, like a coder or a developer or whatever. I mean, I've definitely never been a software engineer, but I have worked before doing software development. And so in some spaces, I like to call myself a developer, but it's not like my main thing. So I think because of that, I have this thing where I'm definitely really hard on myself about needing to like understand everything and understanding all the technologies and frameworks. I don't know where that comes from. Like I honestly really don't know where that comes from, but that ties into the realization that I had was that this week I'm doing this hackathon thing, and really I could be using AI to work so much faster and smarter and better. But here's where I was limiting myself. So I was telling myself, oh, well, if you use AI, then you're less of a developer, you're less competent, you're less, etc. So today I actually wrote an atomic essay, not an ethereal epiphany, because this is something that I really thought about for quite some time. So I wrote the atomic essay, which goes into how I've come to realize that just because you use AI for something does not make you less competent, less smart, etc. If you use it as an assistant and as a co-pilot, co-person, co-chair, etc., that is much better. Or okay, I can't even say it's much better than it working completely for you. Like if it works for you as well, that's okay. And so here is where I feel like I was limiting myself, is that I was telling myself like, oh, but if you use AI to code, like that means that you don't know what you're doing, or X, Y, and Z. And, like I always have to prove to myself that I know what I'm doing, especially when it comes to like technical stuff. But I realized, and I'm gonna link the atomic essay. I realized like, okay, but if your goal is to make money, then who cares how you make it, right? and so here for you non-technical people, right? If you are a writer, because some of you are here because you also like my writing and you also write. If you're a writer, right, I'm pretty sure that there are some people that you might have met that are against using AI for writing. But guess what? I use AI for my writing. I use it to fix mistakes because I'm dyslexic, and sometimes I don't even realize that I wrote a whole sentence backwards, right? And so yes, I always listen to my writing first, and even then sometimes I'm listening to it and like using my finger to go along and I still miss something. But guess what? I put it into AI, it fixes it and reads it out loud to me, and you know that works. And so, oh, excuse me. And so, you know, I'm pretty sure there are people out there that are like, oh, if you use AI, like you're not a real writer. AI is just everyone else's work inside one place, and that's true or not true. I won't get into that, but you know, I'm sure there are people out there that are like, oh, we shouldn't use AI for this or that, or, you know, and, you know, if you use AI, then that means that you don't know what you're doing. And I think that I somehow took that on, and it's not true. It's not true. Sorry, let me just fix the lighting a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, it's not true. I think that's a self-limiting belief that if you use AI to help you accomplish something, it doesn't mean that you're less competent or that you don't know what you're doing, or that it doesn't make whatever you're doing less or more valid. That's the way I feel. And so how does this tie back into this week? Well, because I was looking and thinking about, actually, I was watching a video by Dan Shipper. I was actually listening to it while I was working, and I was also thinking about this other guy on X, Twitter. His name is Mark Liu, and he has built $1 million business. Well, I mean, I think just one of his products have made $1 million, but I'll say he's made over $1 million in all his businesses. So he's a developer, and he uses AI to do his work. He uses AI to do his work, and here I am sitting here, 1, 2, 3, typing by hand. But I mean, now he said that he uses like Copilot, but still, the point is that he's working faster and smarter by using AI, and he's probably able to get done 10 times more than the rest of us. Why? Because he's using AI as an assistant, as a co-pilot, and he's able to get things done faster. And then on top of that, he's also building a brand. So I think in the last video, I talked about building a brand, etc. Okay, now it's getting kind of dark, so I'll try to make this max like 15 minutes. But yeah, so I was thinking about it, and I was like, wait a second, like all this guy did was, I mean, of course he had the drive and etc., and you know, of course he's like, okay, I'll say this, he built a brand. He talked publicly about what he was working on. He told the world, like, hey, like I had these setbacks and this setbacks, and I had to like move back in with my parents and blah blah blah. And he shared all of that. He shared when he was working on something. He built an audience. He built people. He talked about it on YouTube. He talked about it on his YouTube, newsletter, social media, etc. And then to help him build faster the things that he was telling people that he was going to build, he used AI and made over $1 million. So I'm sitting here like, Naya, what is wrong with you? Who cares? Who cares if you use AI to help you finish and build these products? Who cares? And so in this atomic essay, I mentioned how, you know, I think when you're going through stuff and you're in like survival mode, you don't think properly. I feel like I've had the developer mindset and not the entrepreneur mindset, because the entrepreneur mindset is, listen, we don't care how we get it done, as long as it's legal and ethical, let's do it. Like I work with so many founders, and that's like, oh, that's how they, what's that saying? Move fast, break things, fix them later. I'm forgetting right now. But the point is that from working with many founders, I should have known this difference in mindset. Those who make money, I mean, I'm not trying to make money. I just want a place to stay and safety, etc. But when I look at those in this space, entrepreneurs in general, like they're all about how can we get things done. Who cares how it's done? Who cares if one of the Tesla robots does it? Is it done? And so that's what I put in my essay. Sorry, I have to move closer because I'm realizing that, oh, you know what? I have my other phone with me. Maybe this can give some light. Yeah. So that's what I said in my essay. I'm like, here are people who have made millions or over $1 million by not limiting themselves and telling themselves, here, I gotta, 1 second. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, I was saying these people have, you know, they They said, listen, I have to get things done. Who cares if AI helped me? It's done. And the thing is, so, oh yeah, what I was saying in my essay is that, and guess what? The people who buy things from them do not care that it was built with AI. They do not care. You don't hear people say, I mean, you might, okay, let's say Mark Liu has like 200 customers, right? Let's just say that. Out of those 200, maybe only 5 probably say, oh, you probably built this with AI. But guess what? The rest of them are like, hey, I don't care how you built this. You built it. It's helping me to make money. And I'll give some background. So Mark Liu had built a software boilerplate, which helps other founders and entrepreneurs to build their projects faster. So really, let's just say okay, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Let's say he spent 20 hours working on something that helps other people save time and move faster and build things faster. I guess that's the way to explain it. I feel like I could explain that better. But yeah, the whole point is that his product enables people to make more money faster because they just use his they use his template, and instead of them having to spend so much time coding their own template, they could just use his and then very quickly like change the landing page and just like, add copy to the website and start getting customers, right? So it's something that, oh yeah, that's what I kept thinking about. It's something that brings value. I think for many customers, it doesn't matter how something was built. What most people care about is, does this thing bring me value? And does it bring me enough value for me to pay for it? That's all that people care about. Just being honest, that's all they care about. And so the other company and person that I mentioned in this atomic essay was Dan Shipper, Kiernan, and I think Brandon. So I was saying earlier in this podcast episode, they were sharing how they, as a company, and I'm pretty sure they're making millions, okay? I'm pretty sure they're making millions. As a company, they all use AI in their coding. These are developers who know how to code on their own, but to get things done faster, better, etc., they use AI. And I think in the video, I don't quote me, but I think he could have said something like using AI had helped them to build an application that would have taken 6 months to a year. They built it in 3 months. And they have I believe they have over 10,000 customers for this one project. But so the company's called Every, and they have a bunch of different products and companies under Every, I guess, as an umbrella company. So Every is the umbrella, and then, they have lots of, entrepreneur in residence, and etc. And yeah, and I'm pretty sure they have well over 10,000 customers. They're making money, etc. And so I think this is helping me get over my limiting belief of that I have to do everything on my own. And this even transpires to so many other things in life. If we could get help in some area to get things done better and faster, why not do that? Why sit there and suffer? Why sit there and put yourself through unnecessary strain? Why go through that? So anyway, I hope that this was helpful for you. I'm now approaching 15 minutes, and I said I'm not gonna spend too much time, but yeah, I know I actually had a lot more to say, but I think this is good. I think that it was good for me to share with you how I have more than one way of imposter syndrome, how I've been limiting myself with this dumb belief that building and writing with AI means that you're less competent or whatever, which is not true. You can use it as a companion. You can use it together. Of course, I personally don't believe in AI doing everything for you, because then is it really you, or is it just everyone else's, work put together? So I personally don't believe in using AI to do everything for you, but rather it being I always see AI as being your assistant, especially when it comes to coding and writing. If you don't have a proofreader, you could use AI to help you proofread. If you need to brainstorm, you can use AI to help you brainstorm. And so today I'm letting go of that limiting belief that as a technical person and as a developer, that if I use AI, it makes me less competent. Oh, I'm letting it go out the door because I'm telling you, listen, if I tonight start coding with AI and it helps me to finish one of these projects by Monday and get at least one paying customer, I'm not gonna have any regrets. None at all. I'm not gonna have any regrets. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, but I built it with the Copilot. No. Mm-mm. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I built it with the Copilot and I made money from it. Just like these other guys, like, so anyway, that was it. No, it's not super dark, but yeah, anyway, I hope you have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here. I'd love if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are. Sorry if I rambled. I had to come on and talk about this today. I just had to, because I just feel like I feel released from limiting myself. I feel like I'm breaking out of my own chains that I created. That's the way I feel. Anyway, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will. Okay, can you see? Yeah. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you again soon. Bye.